guys, welcome to my channel. I decided to do a video on how I potty trained my 2-year-old, and I heard a lot of people saying that when they potty trained their child it was just so stressful and it was a hard time and they wasn't looking forward to it. But for me it was the total opposite. It was not stressful because I didn't let it stress me out and I didn't let it stress her out. So if you would like to, this is something you would like to see, then keep watching. The very first thing I would have to say about potty training is you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, then they won't consistently go to the potty, or they won't be consistently peeing in the potty or pooping in the potty or whatever you want them to do. So you have to stay consistent. And I mean to the point that when you're out and about and they have their diaper on, then when you get home, make sure you take their diaper off like as soon as you walk through the door, and ask them if they have to go use the potty, and or just put them on the potty. Whatever, your child, so if they're going to just say no or yes to everything. But I know my daughter, when I asked her that, she would say, "Oh, potty," and she would actually go to the potty. So that's like the number one thing. I started, and then like for a month I wasn't consistent. So I was like, okay, if I really want her to get potty trained, then I have to be consistent. And yeah, once I got her on track and on the road to peeing in the potty, then that was something she was like starting to get used to. So yeah, that would be the number one thing I would say. You have to be consistent. You can't slack off. You cannot. Well, potty training, it was fun for me. I didn't let it stress me out, and I didn't let it stress her out, and we just was cruising through. I didn't have like no time limit or a set time that I wanted her to be, I wanted her to be potty trained by the time she's 2. No, it was just, we're just going with the flow. So that's how it's easier, because it's like, you don't have a time limit. So basically it did take a while, because like I said, I wasn't rushing the process. I was just letting it flow. And so yeah, she caught on to that pretty quick, like taking her diaper off. But I would say that there wasn't so many, but there were a couple of accidents. So just be prepared to pick up poop. I know it sounds disgusting, but for me, I feel like she didn't mind being in her diaper. So she would have walked around with poop in her diaper for hours if I let her. So the fact that she didn't mind being in her diaper, I knew it was no way I could train her with her diaper on. So I had to make sure I kept her diaper off. So with that comes picking up poop or wiping up pee or whatever. It's nasty, but had to do it. And I feel like what people didn't tell you is that when your child starts to do either number 1 or number 2 in the potty, that don't mean 1 and 2 comes together. They might know how to pee in the potty, but that don't necessarily mean they're gonna know how to poop in the potty. And I found that out the hard way. She was all on like, "Oh, mommy, I have to pee, I have to potty, go potty." So I'm like, "Oh, yay, she's catching on to this, good." And then I would notice that she would poop not on the potty. I would catch her, so I would have to keep an eye out for her, because she would like to go sneak in. Like I would see her squatting in a corner sometimes, and I'm like, Elia, you need to go to the potty, because I know what you're trying to do. Which is weird. Like babies, I heard from a couple of other friends too that their child used to like try to hide, because they like tried to hide and poop, or number 2 or number 1 or whatever. And I was like, that's so weird. But once I had to keep an eye out for the fact that she was trying to poop, not on the potty and like in a corner or somewhere. So yeah, that was the only like downfall of her with her diaper off. And I would just say you have to have like a good attitude, because it's gonna annoy you picking up poop, and who wants to do that? Even if it's your own child, like it's not fun. And you might want to fuss because it's like, oh my gosh, it's annoying. We've been potty training for like a month now, like you should know how to poop in the potty. But that's not necessarily the case. Like it's still a learning process for them too. So just have to be patient. I have to like seriously tell myself, oh, Michaela, calm down, it's okay, she's just a baby, she's learning, you know, it's a process for both of you. So yeah, but that's like the first thing, is taking off the diaper and like, you know, getting them used to peeing and pooping in their potty, so they know that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing and not pooping and peeing. And I feel like it would be easier if you knew your child's schedule too. Like if you knew, if you gave them a cup of milk or whatever, if you knew an hour later they usually go pee in their diaper, then I would keep an eye out if she had her diaper off, he or she had their diaper off, and you know you just gave them milk. Just keep an eye out if you see them, you know, doing something unusual, and be like, oh, do you have to use the bathroom? Like, go sit on the potty. Because I know my daughter, when she had to pee, she would like pace back and forth, you know, like when you don't want to go but you trying to keep it in, so you're like walking back and forth, and I'm like, Elia, let's go potty. So that's just signs I knew for my daughter that she had to go potty. The next thing I would say I did was, I didn't want to keep seeing her little naked booty, so the next thing I did was put panties on her, because I wanted her to get used to panties, and I didn't, you know, I was kind of nervous of her maybe feeling like panties is like an alternative for diapers, because maybe you could pee in them too, which she tried. She didn't try it a lot. It happened maybe like once or twice, and she was pretty good, but I wanted her to get used to pulling up her panties and pulling them down, you know, because I'm not gonna be able to do that for her. I did these things, like the no diaper stage, I probably made them like a month long, or when I felt like she was comfortable, because I didn't want to rush her, you know, into a different stage of doing something else, and then, you know, she have more accidents. I just wanted it to be stress-free and, you know, yeah, easy for her. And so after she had got number 1, number 2, and she learned how to pull up her panties and pull them down and lift up her shirt, and she had on a long shirt so she wouldn't sit on it. Once she learned how to do all of that stuff, then the next thing I did was like, because I was tired of changing the potty too. And oh my goodness, do not forget to change the potty when there's something in there. Like, that's just so nasty. So I was like ready to transition her potty seat to the adult toilet, and that came with an accident, because now the potty was always where she was at. Since we spent most of our time in the living room, the potty was in the living room. So, you know, she had like a second to just run to the potty and pee, but this time she had to run to the bathroom. So she didn't, you know, the timing, she couldn't wait to the very last minute. And I think she only had one accident with that, and it was on the way to the pot. She let me know, but on the way to the bathroom, when I felt her panties, they were a little wet. But I was like, okay, she still let me know. So, and that went pretty good, and you know, that wasn't bad either. So for me, I'm just like, this potty training was fun, and it wasn't bad, and it was bonding, because we be talking while she's just sitting on the toilet, or she'll have me read her a book or something. And yeah, it's a bonding moment too. I like having that alone time with her. Final step is, which I was dreading because I knew it had to come, was taking them out in public with no diaper. And you guys, let me tell you, it was amazing. She had no accidents. The first places we went was to a friend's house, and she did amazing. She was running around playing with her panties. She had clothes on and her panties on, so it wasn't like just panties. And she was running around with her friends, and then she would say, "Mommy, potty, potty," and I was like, "Okay, let's go." And we would run to the potty, and I was like, okay, no accident, and it's just been blissful this whole process. Like, she hasn't had no accident, and I think it's been about 3 weeks that she's had on panties. So yeah, so hopefully it stays good. Hopefully she keeps telling me that she has to go potty, which I'm sure she is, because she's pretty good now. But you know, you still think in the back of your mind, like, okay, what if we out and then she don't tell me, and you know, but this girl is dedicated. Like, she wakes up in her sleep and tell me that she has to go potty. And I may not be too happy about it because I'm the one that has to get up with her, but it's still good that she lets me know. So I'm like, that's good job, baby, good job. So, and one conflict that I have come across with her being potty trained is when you're out, you know, public restrooms are not friendly for toddlers at all. So one of the first things I knew I had to get was a traveling potty seat, because she'll fall in, you know, you don't want to sit there and hold her up with your hands, and your arms is going numb. And especially if they have to poop. Like, what do you look like sitting there for like 5 minutes holding them up while they're trying to poop? And I didn't even think about it until, you know, I had to take her out. And I'm like, I need a potty seat. Every seat is not clean. Obviously, you don't want to sit your baby on any potty where other people are sitting because everybody's not clean. So that was like the next thing I knew I had to do since she was potty trained. But overall, potty training was great. And I know they say it's different for boys and girls, but for my girl, I mean, I don't know, I only have one girl. So all I could say is it's just been good for me. So I just decided to make a video on what I did and what the steps I took to get her potty trained, and yeah, how it worked for me. And not saying it's gonna work for everybody, but yeah, I'm just giving my experience, my feedback on and that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.